Hello, everybody. Today is May 9th, 2018. My day is 1.362. I have like three topics I want to cover, and I am tempted to break them up so that way the video is, if you're interested in this, you can do this, and this, you can pass that, whatever. We'll see how it goes. As I've said before, my videos, I don't really prep for them. I don't really have notes. As I was commuting today, I had a thought, and it's like, I really should do a video about this, and I really should do a video about that. So I like to think of them as a stream of consciousness or a diatribe, hopefully not wasting your time or mine. But so it's on my mind. So I have a couple of things, and we'll see if we smush them all together or if we just do them separately. I go back to work tomorrow. And so officially today is the last day of my surgery recovery. And I think it's time to kind of move on somewhat from the surgery. As I was driving, I don't know about you, but when I commute, I tend to talk to God a lot, tend to pray a lot, but the gods rather. But I tend to just kind of go over things in my mind. It's a good, I'm on the road. It's a good time to pick things apart, look at them from different angles, put them back together again in my mind. And I kept on coming back to this reoccurring thing that, there are a lot of things that I want to do, physically things at home, things with my career, things with my life, things with my daughter, etc. So there's all things, excuse me, that I am just waiting to be at 100% healed, And probably I could do them at 90% healed. But much like you have surgery, and not to say you have like an open wound. Is that any better? Like, not to say you have like an open wound, and so you can't, you can't work at the soup kitchen because you have an open wound, to be kind of gross. But there are just some things you can't do when you're healing. And specifically, in my case, is I want to paint the inside of my house. I talked about the paint. You can see there a little white line where I used Frankenstein paint, all the paint that I had in the basement. So aesthetically, I want to repaint my whole inside of the house and then maybe the outside. Well, I couldn't pick up a can of paint after my surgery. It was too heavy. So now that I'm recovered, just about, those are the kind of things that I can start to think about doing. And as we get closer to knowing about when my surgery is going to be paid off, there's some physical things that need to be done as well. And so there's some things, again, that I feel like I need to be recovered for that maybe previously I would felt like I'd have to have surgery to do. Having sex would be one of them, okay? I want to have full coital penetration sex with a man, hopefully, that I'm going to love and marry and everything else. All that other bullshit. But again, you can't do that when you're not healed. And so, much like before, it was, okay, well, once I have my surgery, now it's like, okay, once I get healed, not to procrastinate or to put something off, but just to recognize, okay, get out my little notebook and make a note to self, do this. There's some things that I want to do that I'm brainstorming for. And so that is probably the first little snippet here is I am, there are some things that I want to do that I need to be physically at 100% or close enough to do. And that is definitely what I'm now. Who's to say tomorrow I'm at the grocery store and I see someone in the cantaloupe session and they talk to me and I talk to them and we meet and, 6 months from now we're bonking each other like rabbits. Possible, but unlikely, but possible. So I'm keeping my options open, but I think, again, as I had to be realistic in my expectations before, I have to be realistic in my expectations now. And I have to allow my body to heal. Okay. Non-sexual things like learning how to polka, learning how to play the drums, those kinds of things, again, require a little bit of stamina. And that's kind of what I'm building towards. But I have to recognize the fact that for the moment, I am healing still. I can walk around and do things and cook and clean and day-to-day activities, but there's some things I just can't do, and I won't for a while yet. Okay. Speaking of healing, I am definitely healing. I hope at an exponential rate. I mean, that would be awesome. But, you know, there's a finite amount of damage that was done, a finite amount of healing that needs to occur. And every day, you heal a little more, heal a little more, heal a little more. So, yeah, this thing that was once, this stuff needs to happen to heal. Healing, 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 healing. Eventually, we'll be all healed, at least physically and mentally too, I hope. But, again, that's that idea of things that I want to do that I need to let my body continue to heal. Don't want to jeopardize all the stuff that's been done up to date. So that's kind of part one of what's on my mind today, is the realization that, yes, there are things you want to do, but you're still going to have to be very, very careful. You don't hurt yourself now, so that you continue to heal. Okay. So I think that's where we're going to stop the video here. And again, we'll just say this thought is about realizing that you can't always, I feel like I've lost my steam now. Such a build up to it. But, again, realizing that there are definitely things that I want to do, but I have to continue to allow myself to heal. Okay. And going back to work is one of those things that just go back to work and deal with the, I'm going to say the tension of it. And once the wheels are spinning up again, things are getting up to speed. I'm getting better and better and better and everything else. So we'll end this here. So I wish you good luck. I hope you'll watch the next one, but if you don't, no worries. And until next time, I wish you the best of luck in becoming the best version of yourself as you define it. Okay? All right, till then, bye-bye.